All right. Let's see how many show up for this premiere. I know that the last time we did it was on a Friday, and this is on a Sunday, so we'll see. Only got about a minute left. This should be cool. Let's see here. 60 seconds and counting. Yes, it's me. Hi. Oh, I love it. Premiere will begin shortly. How cool is that? So what did you do today on Sunday, I wonder? We went to church this morning, and then to lunch, and then did some shopping. So I'm not sure if did you have a similar routine today, or did you watch some football games? I wonder. But this machine video that we're about to watch was a real challenge. I can't think of a time recently when I've had a point of being stymied and thinking, what did I miss? And you'll see that in this video where we kind of work through some things. I don't show you all the particulars because some of that obviously happened off camera, but it was a bit of a challenge. So, all right, here we go. Looks like we're rolling. Well, we're rolling
dazzling place
with a commercial anyway.
a new fantastic point of view. No one to tell us no.
I think it's Mickey's birthday, isn't it? Coming up from something like his 90th birthday. I'm pretty sure.
Let me share this whole new world with you.
You're probably not getting stalling like this on your computer because yours isn't like 13 years old. This one is, so. All right, here we go, folks. Got a full minute. I could probably make a cup of tea in this amount of time. Yeah, let's get a little bit closer. Ooh, look at it. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9. Oh man, this is exciting. It also almost looks like a eye test there where can you see the number in the different colors. Maybe that's what they're doing to us. I have no idea. So, all right, here we go, folks. Well, if you've been following Gretchen's FAF 332 at all through the Facebook posts that I've been doing, you know that it has had a number of electrical and mechanical challenges. That's probably speaking conservatively. As a matter of fact, when she sent it to me, she was expecting probably that we would have to replace the entire circuit board that the motor is mounted to. But through a lot of steps and rewiring, I've been able to salvage that motor, which ultimately will save her some money, which is always a good thing, especially as we're approaching the holidays. Christmas is not too far away, and saving a little bit of money, that's a big deal. So I totally get it, and I always try to do that for my customers. But I got all of the rewiring done on the motor, on the connections over here where the tooth belt comes down. You can see some of my circuit connections.
This is exciting.
Much better than what was in place when I started. If you've never used one of these connectors, they're wonderful. You basically strip a wire and you can slide them into that socket, into the clear part near the bottom, and then they lock onto that wire and that wire will not come loose. So I love them. They're much more secure than other means of tying wires together. They're pretty much bulletproof. And so when I did all the rewiring, I utilized that. This one here, I had to use a wire connector because the wire coming off of the motor was just too short and I didn't want to have to do a jumper off of it. So that's the only exception to the rule, where once in a blue moon you have to use one of these wire ties because it just wasn't long enough to insert into one of these quick connectors. And these quick connectors I think are rated for like 30 amps or better, so you don't have to worry about even a powerful machine like this, a 332, which is going to put out about 1.3 amps approximately. So the reason I'm doing this quick little video is I got all the way to this stage, I got all the wiring done, I did a couple of quick checks to make sure that we had good power supply, and then I plugged the machine in, and instead of being able to press down the foot control and make the motor run, when I plugged it in, it ran continuously. So the first fear I had is, did I somehow mess up exactly the wire? And you can't quite see it here, but there's several wires coming from the foot control, coming from the motor, and you've got to get them all wired just right, otherwise the machine won't run properly. So I thought, well, did I get distracted? Did I mess up somehow? And then I looked over at the foot control at this connection point here, because when I took the old wire off, I'm going to come out a little bit. When I took the old wire off, you might remember, I'm going to come in front of the camera real quick here. You might remember that I had, and I've got to flip my screen around. So many things to do, so many things to remember. Plus I'm going to kick the camera over at the same point, and then I'm photographing what? I'm photographing the ground. So I'm going to lock that in place so I don't do that again. Alright. So you may remember these FAF machines, depending on what camp you're in. These come with a leather-bound type cord, which really is cool. It encases the wiring in this leather, but unfortunately over time the leather inevitably will dry out. It's
It
almost
does.
like a
It
rawhide,
does.
and it dries out and it starts to crack. You can really see a little bit of that on this side, and so it was obvious that this wiring was not going to stand, and it certainly was not maximizing the power that the machine was putting out.
It's also
So I
kind of
wanted to
it's a
replace it.
fire hazard
I
too.
wanted to replace it with a cord that I typically use, which was rated up to 30 amps, well above what the machine is going to demand and what the foot control will demand. And I also, as you might remember, had to also replace the power cord as well. And I used one of the power cords that I sell on eBay. I'm the only one on eBay that sells power cords for the FAF vintage machines that take this type of plug-in point, which is basically a male plug-in prong point, 2 prongs on the back of the machine. And this was Gretchen's, which you can see is a classical issue.
That happens
or classic
all the
issue that
time,
happens
constantly.
with these power cords. That plastic casing has a lot of stress as you're plugging it in there, and those 2 prongs are pressing against the edges, and eventually it cracks. That's why the cord that I've offered has become such a valuable resource to customers, because this fails all the time. So knew I wanted to replace the power cord going to the foot control, needed to replace the power cord, the main power cord for the machine itself, and I plug it in and it runs continuously. And I started to panic. I thought, oh my gosh, I got distracted. I was either listening to a fun song, no, not my clap song that I love so much, but I was distracted in some way and I messed up the wiring over here. Well, sometimes solutions are complex and sometimes they're simple. And what I discovered as I zoom in really close, and I'm going to flip my screen around and show you what happened. And that way you'll be able to see that even to someone like me that spends a lot of time with these vintage machines on my workbenches, I can miss something obvious or something can happen unexpectedly and I can be utterly stumped. Because, like I said, I was panicking, wondering, what did I miss? And what I had missed is that the original wires, matter of fact, I will grab them. The original wires that connected to this foot control were like this. Real flat, two little circular points for the screws to go through. And so when I made my connection to it, I had some sheathing on it. It was too thick, and I had to remove that plastic sheathing, which is on the end of the wire connector. And when that happened and this pedal was shifting around, these two wires that connect to the foot control made contact together, and I couldn't see that relatively clear because I always insulate my connection points with a polymer type material so that electricity is maximized even more. And those wires had slipped a little bit, come together and touched. And when you have the two connecting wires to a foot control touch, what's the result? The result is that machine will become a ghost machine and will run every time you plug it in without ever pushing the foot control. So the fix was very simple. I had to separate those two wires. I've got to create a better insulating barrier between them, and then we're good to go. But that's not the end of the drama with Gretchen's machine. Let me show you something else real quick as well. And that something else is the troubleshooting step that I'll sometimes take if I get a foot control that isn't responding properly, is I will make an adjustment within the foot control to try to get a better response, a more even response. I'm going to see if I can flip this over and still keep it in the camera. Actually, I'm going to have to flip it end to end as well. Hopefully I'm in the shot there. I think I am. So on the FAF or the FOF 332 foot controls, this again is an original foot control that Gretchen has. You can see it right there. Kind of a big bus style, which is kind of cool. There's enough adjustment. It would almost be like the older cars that used to be able to adjust the carburetor to increase or to make the gas or the air more lean. Well, on this one, what it does is it makes that foot control a little bit more sensitive. And right here on the end, I don't know if you can see that, I hope you can, there's a little screw that you can either screw clockwise and make it more sensitive, or screw it counterclockwise and make it less sensitive. Well, the result right now with the way it's adjusted, once I figured it out that those two wires on the other side were grounding out, what I experienced then, and I'll show you shortly, I'm going to try to zoom in just a little bit tighter. There we go. That's a really good shot. I love that. What I discovered is that this screw had been turned all the way out. How do I know that? Well, when I push on the foot control all the way down, pedal to the metal, and I can do it from this angle right here, and just push it down, the machine can barely hear it. Matter of fact, let me wind the shot, and you'll see what's happening. This machine, full pedal down to the metal, is barely running. Let's go it this way. Come on. Yeah, all right, let's kind of go like this and like that. Then you can see approximately how fast that balance wheel is turning. And again, I'm going to have that pedal all the way down. All right, I can kind of see myself a little bit now. All right, so I'm going to push this pedal all the way down. Just don't touch these two contacts and you'll get a nice surprise. Look at how slow that thing is turning. 1.3 amps, it's turning like a modern machine, a sluggy little turn. It's horrible. And after doing all of the wiring and doing a number of adjustments to the foot control, but the problem with the FAF foot control is easier to solve than some others. You simply need to go into that little fine adjustment and you need to turn it to the right, which is clockwise. And as I turn it about 2.5 turns, and now I push this down, watch what happens. Oh, that's a little bit better. All right, I'm liking this. I still don't think it's full power, so I'm going to give it just a couple more turns. See if we can get it just a little bit more ramped up, if you will. 1, 2 more turns. Now I'm going to push it down again. Oh yeah, we're getting there. I'm liking this a lot. Yeah, baby. All right. So, this quick little video, this premiere video, highlighting a challenge that I experienced, and me, I was stumped. What did I do wrong, for goodness sakes? It was not a wiring issue over here, which is the most complex thing that I had to do thus far on Gretchen's FOF or FAF 332. It was a simple issue of 2 wires grounding out on themselves because of having to rewire it and not having enough space to insulate those wires from each other. And then it was an issue that this fine adjustment to maximize foot control output was cranked way to the left, counterclockwise, to a point where the machine was barely getting any electrical flow whatsoever. So I just wanted to share this with all of you. You may encounter it, or you may see others on different sewing talk boards talking about the same issue, because let me confide in you for a second that when I was looking at this and going, what did I do wrong? I actually searched on Google to see if there was a solution, and there was no solution out there whatsoever addressing these specific issues that could really easily happen to someone that is rewiring a FAF foot control and or redoing the wiring in the motor case area. So if you happen to see someone going, oh my gosh, what the heck is going on? My machine's running like a turtle, a very sick turtle, or my machine when I plug it in is running continuously, you know the answer. And point them to our YouTube channel and let them watch this video. So, Gretchen, your machine is real close to getting finished now. I'm extremely excited. And I should also show you something else that you've already caught a glimpse of in this video, and that is I'm not wearing my traditional DeWalt jacket. No, it wasn't stolen. Nothing horrifically bad like that. It's basically in the wash. I was involved in doing some drywall type work and stuff, and I had my jacket on. I should have taken it off. I didn't take it off. Shame on me. And it got all dirty. But it's appropriate that I'm wearing this red, white, and blue USA jacket, as weathered as it is, because this weekend is Veterans Day, and as a veteran myself, I wanted to give a salute to all those who have served and say thanks so much. Whether you're an Army guy like me, a Marine, Air Force, Navy, Coast Guard, whatever branch of service you served in, thank you for your service as well. And take a moment either this weekend or on Monday to thank a veteran for their service. Freedom is not free, and all of us together standing, whether you've worn a uniform or whether you've supported a soldier, a Marine, an airman, and encouraged them in their service, whether you were a wife maybe behind the scenes, in rear detachment, doing all the good things that happen there to support families, all of that service in whatever form means all the difference in the world. So happy Veterans Day and happy solution to this FOF or FAF 332 with its electrical challenges. So stay tuned for more videos, and remember again, we're wrapping up the contest for the machine giveaway on the 15th, which is coming up real close here. And Lori, I believe, is in the lead right now. She's got over 20 likes on her post underneath that Desert Rose on Facebook. So the rest of you that have made posts, you better get your troops rallied, because you're way behind right now, and Lori is way ahead. And any of you still that want to get your posts up there, you got time. So jump on that opportunity. Not a lot of channels that I'm aware of are giving away a fully restored vintage sewing machine. We're doing that to celebrate again over 1 million unique views on the channel, and also over 4,000 subscribers around the world. So get involved with this. If you're not going to write something, then look at the posts that have been made and like them if you like them. So that's it. Solution solved. Problem overcome. Yes. Well, we only have one watcher left. Isn't that cool? If some of you haven't checked this out already, you can chat in real time with other folks anywhere in the world that are viewing the video at the same time as us. And they can see your posts, they can interact as the video is playing. We're all seeing it for the first time. Obviously, I've caught a glimpse of it because I am the one that shot the video, but nonetheless, it really is a neat opportunity to be a part of something live in real time, in a sense, and all have a chance to interact together. Usually we're all watching those videos When we have time, we're being a part of that process. We're not interacting with each other. We might have certain questions that come up and we'll forget about it by the time that video has played. But when you're watching a video like this as a premiere and you're seeing it in real time and you're seeing other folks interacting, asking questions maybe that you had thought of as well, or maybe that you didn't think of, it really is like an online class. And we have a chance to participate together. So I really would encourage you, as I throw these premieres up, and maybe Sunday night, which is when this premiere is, isn't the best time. If that's the case, I get it. The last time I put it on a Friday, and this time I thought I would try it on a Sunday evening. Sometimes Sunday evenings are a little bit quieter unless there's Sunday night football, and then it becomes a little bit of an obstacle. So I'll rotate the premieres around, and if you have feedback on maybe the best night for you, shoot it to me. Send me a note and just say, hey, you know what? Wednesday nights are great for me, or Thursday nights, or maybe a Saturday night. And we could rotate these premieres around. Otherwise, all I'm doing is posting videos, and a lot of you post great comments and you'll share different things privately, but it's a totally different synergy when we post a video like this and you have a chance to be a part of that while it's playing live for all the folks around the world. So get involved. I've said this before, don't be an observer, be a participant. And when you get that post about the premiere, if you're available, if you can jump in and post some questions and get involved, I would love to have that participation. It really is an encouragement to me as well. And we learn together. I mean, that's really what this is about. It's not me as always the teacher. It's me also sharing my struggles. And when I have problems like this with Gretchen's machine, where I'm scratching my head and I'm going, what did I do wrong? Did I miss something? And then there's a solution figured out, and I can share it with you, and maybe sometimes you'll be a part of that solution as well. So get involved, and these premieres are a great way to do that. So, and remember, this contest for a free sewing machine is coming to an end this week on the 15th of November. So if you haven't posted something already, like Bill and Lori and others, I think Janie is the other one, then do it. Write something up and then get all your friends to like it. And if, again, you don't want to do that, if you're not comfortable doing that, then go ahead and look at Bill's or look at Lori's or look at Janie's and like one of theirs, because they've written some great stuff about why they love vintage sewing machines and also why they love this channel. So get involved, please. All right? Have a great night.